So I wanted to make a video about, I guess, autism in the holidays, because it's Christmas for me, and whatever holiday you celebrate, there's just a lot of holidays at this time of year, and it's one of the biggest, I think, challenges for me over the years, and probably for a lot of other autistic people and probably neurodivergent people, but I'm gonna I think probably autistic people more struggle than others, because the holidays just come with a lot of things that I struggle with. One being like extra stimulation. Going to a store, it's just like more people, more stuff going on. That in general, just the basic things that I need to get done. There's more executive functioning, there's more planning. I have to put the tree up, all the ornaments on there. I mean, I didn't have to, but for my children, that's what makes them happy, so I do. On top of all of the regular general tasks that the winter brings, especially here in the Northeast, like trying to keep my house warm with the winter wood stove, and it's like bringing the wood up and making everything go. So it's like even just like baseline, it's more, and then add all the other shopping. I do almost all my shopping online because I just can't, except for like food shopping. I still haven't managed to do that online. I just have specific preferences that I haven't been able to find an online solution for. Anyways, and then like the social gatherings and additional events that happen this time of year. All of it kind of brings things, just the level of general functioning more difficult. Today I had to have a difficult conversation with a family member. In years past, when I didn't know I was autistic, but I knew I was struggling with the social obligations that surround the holidays, I would make up a lot of excuses, or just push through and go to the family gatherings and things that were really hard for me. It's not that I don't like the people that are at the gathering, it's just that they're all there at the same time. And it's just a lot. And add all of the expectations for being positive and happy and engaging, and there's present opening and people watching you opening presents, and I really don't like attention on me with at all that, but focused attention on gifting and receiving gifts is feels like a lot of pressure to me. So anyways, so today I had a conversation with this family member that I wouldn't be coming to the traditional holiday gathering, and they were disappointed, but I, for the first time, was honest about my reasons for choosing it. I basically said I need to be aware of how much energy I expend at any time, because if I expend too much, then I will spend days in bed. And I it was like good to say. I felt good saying it. I felt finally good at just saying, like, this is my truth. Despite and I didn't really care what their response to that was, or if they had judgment around it, because I'm really just like accepting and just being done with other people's expectations that really have harmful effects on me. I just really am just focusing on taking care of myself and recognizing and honoring my specific needs. And that may be that I can't come to the holiday gathering. It may be that I am not able to give everybody that I would like to give a present to because it was just not in my capacity to do. So I've just been much more willing to just accept this version of me that is the truer version of me. And here's like the thing that was surprising is that actually this person that I told became just like more curious and just wanted me to explain more about it. And that was really like a first. I have previously came out with my autism diagnosis to this person, so I think that's what made it a little easier. But they asked me like more about other things that that I struggle with, and so I told them, and it's not surprising that this family member also struggles with all of the same things, but they are not, at least are not diagnosed as autistic and haven't self-diagnosed as autistic. So I suspect they are, or at least maybe neurodivergent. And it was kind of, I think, an insight and maybe an educational conversation more than I had expected. I'd expected it to be pressure and a guilt conversation, because sometimes in the past it has been that way. And this is not how it went this time. So that made me feel really good. And so I think, despite the fact that, you know, there are times or that I have been uncomfortable with other people's expectations of how I would show up, I think that showing up how I has kind of given other people insight into their own functioning and maybe allowed them to have the ability to reevaluate how they do things. So that's been a really positive thing. But I do recognize that this time can be kind of challenging, because I want to word this correctly. I like to be specific with my words, but there's like a dual feeling inside that you want to see these people, or that you want to engage with these people, but just not in the way that is like structured at this time of year. Like other times of year you can meet like one-on-one and there not be all this like extra pressure around it necessarily. That it's more like the point of it is just to see each other and spend time with each other. And it's not like mandated for it to be like always like a group gathering. But this time of year, I think the expectations, the neurotypical expectations are like, we're all going to get together and party this time of year. And I can tell you that maybe there may be like autistic people out there that sounds like a great thing. But it's like very rare that I could think of like a party type setting where I'm going to feel like my nervous system is supported throughout the whole time, or I don't have to like pre-game it and post-game it seriously by like doing nothing, on like bookending it on those days. And sometimes I can bookend things that I really feel like are important to me, but also there are a lot of times that I can't, and especially this time of year where there's quite a few events that you get invited to that it's impossible to bookend everything, so you kind of have to pick what things you want to do. And I still work full time, and lucky to be able to do that. I have a job that really supports my nervous system in that way because I work from home. But it does mean that like I have to factor my work time in that. So that is like, if I was going to do all the holiday things, I'd have to take total breaks from everything. And I believe that like in the past, I'm like now I'm learning so much, but in the past I haven't valued my nervous system and my nervous system signals, and I've pushed through and crashed on the other side of these things. And now learning about like autistic shutdown and what that looks like, and that is what happens. That is what happens to me if I over push it. Like I can have meltdowns, but most of the time when I do too much socializing, what I will get is like an intensive shutdown, which means like for me, shutdowns mean I'm in bed like at least one day, maybe more. And it means that like getting food in myself, in my body is a challenge. Like everything is a challenge. And I don't really usually have an option for that. Like I have children, and I'm a single parent, and going into shutdown mode is like not a good scene. It's not good. So I guess I've been more recognizing that about my autistic profile and my autistic self, and just really honoring that. And at this time of year, I am focused on my energy levels, and I feel like that's like a good thing for autistic people to think about. And maybe if you're able to be open about, it's like a new thing to me as a newly diagnosed autistic person to have these kinds of conversations with people. But I've been surprised at how the people that do really care about me in my life are understanding and supportive about this process. And yeah, so I guess I think that like taking it even slower this time of year, maybe even slower than other times of year, because it's easy to get like caught up in the pace because everybody else is moving at that pace, to get like looped in, especially if you spend so much time masking. Like I have so much time, like all my life, trying to mask, not not doing it successfully as much as I thought I was. Yeah, not always like successfully masking to the ability that I thought I was masking. And I think back and like how many times I clearly was autistic, and not realizing it. Yeah, every time I reflect on like holiday experience, like even that present opening thing I told you about, like I have never ever liked having attention focused on me. Like birthday parties were awful. When I did get married, like every single thing leading up to the wedding was like torture, and I like opted out of some of those, like just disappeared at my own bridal shower and just gave the presents to the children that showed up for them to open. And like I just was like, I'm not doing it. And now I think back, it's kind of funny. It's really funny where I was like, this is a party for me, and I was just like, actually no, I'm gonna go. I think I ended up what did I do? I ended up like just I handed the presents to the children, and I just went to the kitchen and was like doing something socially acceptable, like making food, was like how I managed sometimes some of these gatherings that were supposed to be for me. Yeah. Other things that I did was like I'm thinking is like I had a baby shower and with one of my kids, and the other kids came, so like what I ended up doing was just like another socially acceptable thing is like taking care of children. So I would just, whatever children showed up, I would just play with them. And it looked like I was, being like really helpful. But what I was really doing was avoiding the party and all the people that had social expectations of me. So it's just funny how many times in my life I've just like tried to find an exit from any of all of this stuff. So this year I'm just having just my kids and I, and it's just like kind of perfect. I'm not going out. We're not doing anything. We might sled in our yard, and like that's literally it. So I just have scaled back entirely, and it's just so much more supportive of like my nervous system and how I can function. Sometimes I feel like I'm very reclusive in like comparatively, but I do things and I do see people, but it's just like on my own terms. And the people that are okay with it are actually the people that I connect with the most anyways. So it works out. And in the past, I've judged myself for all of this stuff, and like just felt bad about it, or just felt bad that I couldn't do these things, or but now I'm just like, this is what's best for me and what's best for my family, and that's how I feel like I want to do everything moving forward. As I kind of discover like all the things about autism, I feel like I need a course in like how to take care of your nervous system if you're autistic, because I haven't done it my whole life. I've just been functioning on like masking, and like I literally can't do it anymore. Like it was killing me. It was just killing me. And yeah, I feel like I finally have the fortitude to like stand up for myself and accept whatever anybody responds to it. It's like literally not a factor anymore for me. So yeah, it's taken me a while to get to this point, but I did want to come on here and like do kind of like a holiday edition, because I bet a lot of you are dealing with some of the same stuff that I am dealing with. And I just want to know that I am right there with you, and stay strong and take care of yourself. Right? Bye.